Hi, my name is Dave. I'm your host. You're listening to The Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If this is your first time listening, welcome. I hope you enjoy the show. If you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate you listening, and I hope you continue to find tips, ideas, and value from listening to this podcast. Are we living in end times? I mean, so many people ask that question. Are we living in end times? Do aliens live amongst us? I don't have the answer to any of those questions. But I do want to talk about something that is quite interesting. And I'm only going to be here probably for a couple of minutes, but this was really, really interesting. I'm going to talk about somebody who's pretty cool. And, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to bring up a person in the Bible. His name is John. Now, John must be a real cool dude. And you know what? I'm going to say John definitely is brave. And the reason why I say John is brave at this particular moment is because he is talking to us about something, and I'm going to let you know this is in chapter 4 in Revelations. Not many people like Revelations in the Bible, but hey, you know what? I kind of like reading the whole Bible. I kind of like the book of Revelations. It's definitely insightful. John talks in verse 1. After this, I looked up, and behold, a door was opened in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was like if it were a trumpet talking with me, which said, "Come up hither, and I'll show thee things which must be hereafter." So somebody was talking to John, and John said this dude sounded like a trumpet is talking to him, right? And the craziest thing is he must like John, because he said, "Hey John, come on up, buddy. I want you to check out some things that's going to happen later on." And right after he said that, immediately John said, "I was up in the spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne." Now, he also said, "And he that sat on the throne, he looked upon like a jasper," right? A jasper. So I don't know if you know what that is, but the whole thing in verse 3 says, "And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone." Now, a jasper is like a clear diamond. I looked that up. So that's what they mean by a jasper in this context. It looks like a jasper. So that's like a clear, pure diamond right there, and a sardine stone. And there was a rainbow round about the throne in sight, like unto an emerald. So what he saw at that particular moment looked nice, right? So hey, nothing brave about that. I got it. Okay. He saw some people up there, and this looks good. And round about the throne were 24 seats. And upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold. So, these guys, these dudes here that were in heaven around the throne, they were pretty decked out. They were clean. I mean, they had on some white raiments, some garments, and they had on, instead of gold chains like the rappers have, they elevated. They got gold crowns. These guys are awesome. So they decked out, right? So the reason why I say John, they might like John. They must like John to show John all this stuff. And, I don't know whether John was asleep and his body was just sitting there. I have no idea, right? So all I know is he said, and he was in the spirit. So these guys are around the throne, and they have white raiments on, and they have gold crowns. And out of the throne proceeded lightnings and thunderings and voices. And there were 7 lamps of fire burning before the throne, which are the 7 spirits of God. And before the throne there was a sea of glass like unto crystal. And in the midst of the throne and round about the throne were 4 beasts, full of eyes before and behind, All right, I'm going to stop right here because this is one of the reasons why I say John a brave dude. Had I seen beast full of eyes in the front and in the back, because they're saying before and behind, I don't know, my mind cannot comprehend that. But being that, John is a brave dude, because even in the spirit, he was like, okay, this is the norm. Okay, I see, y'all can see everything. All right, these guys want to definitely see it all. They don't want to miss a thing. I got it. But John is bad because John ain't even flinch. He kept on saying, no problem. What's up, guys? What's up? And before the throne, he see all of this stuff, and they got the crystal, and in the midst of the throne and round about the throne were 4 beasts full of eyes before and behind. Yeah, they don't want to miss a beat. They want to make sure they see everything. And the first beast was like a lion, and the second beast was like a calf, and the third beast had a face of a man, and the fourth beast was like a flying eagle. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. This is why I say John is a bad dude. Because after seeing all that, in the spirit or not, let's just say some of the people, not to understand, some people might be curious as to, like, wow, so can you fly? I mean, you're looking like an eagle, but can you seriously fly? Do you got wings? Oh, those are wings? Oh, okay, I got you. Okay. And now I want to know if the calf or, the lion, I want to know how many, do they have 2 legs? And one guy had a face of a man. So we want to know how many legs does he have? What was the rest of the body? Because, John didn't go into all that. So that lends a lot of curiosity. But you know what? John ain't flinch. John said, I got it. They got some bad dudes up here. They got some dudes that decked out in all white with gold crowns. Oh, I don't know if they're rappers or anything that just elevated. It could be like Tupac up there, and from gold chains he moved on to a crown. Now I'm only joking though. I'm only joking, so don't take me serious, y'all. It's just having a little fun, but that's why I say John is a bad dude, because even in the spirit, I don't know how all that changes if you're in the spirit where you can actually see these things, because they say when you're born the veil is gone, so you no longer remember. We were once with heaven, in heaven, and God remembers us, but we don't remember them because there's a veil over us, or in our mind or whatever. And that begs a difference too. You think about something in psychology, or I think it's psychology. They say we use 10% capacity of our brain. That got me to thinking. When John went into the spirit, now was he using 100%? I mean, don't that stuff make you think? Because if you're only using 10% of the capacity of your brain, wow, what would happen if you had full-fledged on 100%? I don't know. But those are the things that sometimes I think about. And I just wanted to say that's one of the reasons why I believe John is a bad dude. When he was in the spirit, he saw all that, and, he kept on going. He kept on chilling. And of course, there was a ton of other things that he was allowed to see, but I'm not going to go into all of those things. And I just wanted to say John is a bad dude. Had I seen all of that stuff, yeah, I got it. In the very beginning, you see how cool things were. Guys was all in white. They were decked out with gold crowns. And all of a sudden, you start seeing beast. That's like almost saying this is the great area. They got beautiful homes. The homes here in this area are like about 400,000 or 500,000. And then all of a sudden you go across the train tracks, and now those homes are like about 80,000 or 40,000 or 50,000. And now you see all this craziness. So I want to know, Was there did he take walks in heaven, or was he just allowed to sit there? But you know what? If you want to find out, maybe it's time that you check out the book of Revelations. I'm just saying. There's a lot of good things in there. And, if you want to find out whether it's the end of times or if it's the beginning of times, all that information is there. It's there for the taking. It's there for the reading. It's there for the understanding if you dare to do so. Hey, my name is Dave. You're listening to the last podcast. That's right. I went crazy today, and that was on my mind. I just had to share that with you guys. But I'll be back tomorrow. And don't forget to be here Friday. I'll have a brand new poem, and this poem is going to be really, really funny. Or maybe not, but it's going to be a good poem. So don't miss out on that. I'm almost done with it. I started writing it yesterday. So definitely be here Friday for that Poetry Friday. And, bring a friend. All right. Thanks a lot. Again, this is Dave with The Last Podcast. You want to reach out to me at thelastpodcast443 @gmail.com. Until tomorrow, have a fantastic evening. Bye.